from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello. Welcome to the show with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Quite well.
Yeah?
It's the Yuletide.
Absolutely.
How can you not be well?
Have you started your Christmas movies?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do we start with this year?
I'm 4 in. Christmas Vacation, Christmas with the Cranks.
4 in. Are you going too hard, too fast
That's
here?
what Sweet Pie suggested.
Yeah.
She's like, are we starting too early? I'm like, look, listen, I have a whole list. I've got like 30 of them we got to cover. And I want to go to some of the classics that the kids haven't seen yet, like It's a Wonderful Life. I'm going to struggle through that.
Yep. They're
Force
going
them
to
to do
be bored to tears.
Christmas Story, I'm going to try to get through.
Yeah. Probably won't hold up.
Yeah.
So Christmas with the Cranks, is that Tim Allen?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
goofy.
that looks
Is that the one
bad.
where he starts getting fat? And
No,
that's
Santa
the Santa Claus.
Oh,
This
okay.
one, it's kind of off the radar. I honestly don't even know how we found it, but we found it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I've watched.
I never watched it. It just looked terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
It's not real good.
dude. Santa Claus 1 was good to me with Tim Allen.
I
I thought
haven't
that was
seen that
fine.
yet.
Okay, well, I thought
That's on the list.
Okay,
Is it? I don't think I've seen that either.
I think Santa Claus 1 was okay, but then they got into more, and then Christmas with like Cranks
Yeah.
was just.
Sweet Pie likes it.
I bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's one I hadn't seen yet. Scrooged. I know. How have I not seen Scrooged, right?
Yeah, is that Bill Murray?
Yeah.
And when is that from? What year is that? Like the 80s?
87, something like
Is
that.
it good? Does it hold up?
Yeah, I mean, it's the classic Dickens tale, right?
Sure,
Mike?
sure,
Christmas
absolutely.
Story.
Yeah.
So
What's the Will Ferrell one? The Elf? Is it
Yeah,
the
Elf.
Elves?
Elf. We saw Elf too.
Oh, you did.
I forgot to add that. Yeah, we saw. Yeah, so it's 5, and then we watched The Family Man, which was one of my favorites.
Family Man.
Nick Cage, Tia Leone. I think that's her name. Tia Leone.
Tia Leone.
Yeah.
Tia Leone.
Tia Leone. Tia Leone.
Tia Leone. I've never even heard of that movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
I guess this is more a Thanksgiving one, and I hate to admit it. Once I realized that something's not on Hulu or Netflix, it's funny because we used to go rent movies.
That's what I did at the library, man.
I know.
Seriously?
Maybe
Yeah.
I should go see. Maybe they would have this at the library, but honestly, one that I always really liked, and like I said, might be more Thanksgiving, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles,
Oh.
man. I know it's older.
Maybe one of my favorite
but-
movies of all time.
Is
those
that
two guys-
That is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Damn it, we should have watched it prior
Yeah.
to Thanksgiving.
Those
It's too
two
late.
guys
It's too late.
together in that movie to
It was
me
really
is
good.
Dude,
just
it's
so
one of the
good.
best movies ever. You know what I watched over the weekend? Because my internet won't connect in the room where the couch bed is, and so I haven't been able to watch Netflix in there, and so I was stuck like using the TV and going, oh, it's on HBO. Fletch,
Oh man.
remember Fletch?
Yeah, it's been
Dude.
years and years and years.
Oh,
and years.
that movie is it still stands up. Hilarious. Not really a Christmas movie.
But-
Is Marley and Me a Christmas movie? Because
It's a movie for all times.
I mean, I think that's a Christmas.
Is it really?
I think so.
Yeah, I've
right?
never seen it. We left little Sweet Pie to watch it alone when she was about 5.
Sure, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great. You got all mad at me because I didn't tell you that
Well-
I don't want to spoil it. The dog dies in the end.
I mean,
Like,
the
it
dog
was
dies
a good
in
movie, but it was really sad. The dog died at the end.
Dog dies in Old Yeller too. That's a classic.
Yeah, don't want to show her that either.
Bambi dies and or Bambi's mom dies in the
Sure
first.
does, man.
Good point. Good point. Can't you just go to like Netflix instead of going to the library? Can't you just go to Netflix?
It's not
Don't-
everything.
Don't they have categories though, where it's like Christmas time,
Yeah,
and then there's a
but they don't have
shitload of
everything.
movies?
They don't
They
have
don't.
everything.
Yeah, well, they have a lot. So what else is on your list? Die Hard? Does Die Hard?
Oh
make
yeah,
the
Die
list?
Hard's definitely on there. I don't have
Yeah.
my list with me, Mike, but
Yeah.
it's long and it is substantive.
Yeah.
It's comprehensive.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to see you're in the. This
Oh,
was
I love it.
last year the first year you decided I'm getting into the Yuletide.
I think 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I can't believe you're still doing
Instead
it.
of getting cranky about it and going, this crap, all this shopping and all this
Yeah.
stupid stuff, I fully embraced it, Mike.
Yeah,
I
open
love it.
arms. I love it. Yeah, it's great. So you guys have good Thanksgivings?
We did.
Yeah.
On the day of, we actually hit both families, so it was a little hectic,
Yeah.
but a lot easier than when the kids were small and you're, pulling like bouncy seats and
Ugh.
bunch
yeah.
of diaper bags and shit around. At least they're mobile.
So what did you guys did the usual turkey and all the stuffing?
We
and
did
all the
couple
usual.
of those meals.
Yeah.
Paul hooked us up with some paper products at the end, which is
Excellent.
sweet.
Always
Also,
nice.
tons of citrus. The family will not get scurvy this winter, Mike.
What?
tons of grapefruit and oranges, like tons of them. I mean, just
Why?
bag after bag after. It must have been on sale.
How long do oranges stay?
We are
though,
eating
or?
the fuck out of oranges and grapefruit.
okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. E, was yours Thanksgiving good?
I will say, as predicted in our last show, I saw Creed 2 and I thought it was okay.
I read some reviews that said they were really good. It was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be really good. You didn't like it, E?
I liked Creed 1 a lot.
Yeah,
and I thought this one was, I don't know.
That tells me something, because if he tends to be a bit too emotional and shit like that.
Sure, yeah.
And so if he's not in it, like he's a face painter. And if he's not going, yeah, hell yeah, Drago's back, blah blah blah, then that gives me pause.
Well, is it possibly a situation where you were too excited for the movie? Because that happens to me a lot, where I get too excited to see a movie and then it doesn't live up.
We don't do the big family thing because of whatever.
Care to elaborate?
I don't even know the full reason. It would take a whole show to get into the whole reason probably why.
Got time.
Yeah, tons of time.
But so I'm struggling, and the Lions fucking suck. And so like I
should see his face when he did that.
I know.
So with the Lions game, with me having no really desire to care about the Lions game, I'd like gotta do something else. So Creed 2 was what we decided to go see. So when you say like was I too excited, I wasn't that excited for it. I liked Creed 1, but I thought the idea that Drago was gonna be back or his son wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is I was kind
of a reach.
I thought I was so.
Did you guys go to Frankenmuth?
That's Christmas.
Oh, that's just Christmas.
It's crappy ass buttered noodles.
Yeah, buttered noodles.
They're amazing, amazing. I love them. I already can't wait look forward to them enough.
I've been so depressed all day, like more than usual, and I'm like, why today more than? Dude, it's the fucking tackle ball games this weekend. Killed me.
Yeah.
Dude, that Michigan game, holy shit. I bet you didn't watch a single play, did you?
I didn't watch a single play of tackle ball all weekend.
Really? I mean, there were some good games and stuff, but that what an embarrassment. I mean, I'm sure you watched it, right?
I haven't been that mad about a sporting event since when the Tigers lost in 2012. So like 2012. But that's 6 years. Yeah, I was fucking livid, to be honest with you.
The Lions game. Why do I even care?
I didn't care about the Lions game, but the Michigan tackle ball game. I don't even. I know people think that this would be wrong. Like, oh, if it was close or ended on a close play, that would be more heartbreaking. I would have rather had them have a field goal and the game as time ran out, and at least be like, you know what, it sucks, but it was on the road.
Instead of dropping 62 on that defense,
destroyed.
What was the over under in that game?
Michigan was favored for one.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm not sure what the over under was. Probably not terribly high though.
But still,
yeah. What, Michigan was the number one defense?
Yeah, and they had the number 2 offense, I think. And so I don't know, dude.
I mean, they kind of hadn't played anybody really, but to come out so terrible, honestly, just terrible from the whole game was so just. Just fucking.
People are already talking. Well, Harbaugh's.
Yes.
This is job on the line here. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, really?
Had he lost a couple more during the season?
Yeah.
I
know.
Yes, right?
Well, that was the talk after week 1. Remember,
yeah.
Losing to Notre Dame, and it's like, oh god, is this not the thing? But
he pretty much took care of business. Other than
I was watching one of the guys on Sports Center or something. Paul, I can't remember what his name is, but he's like, as long as Urban Meyer is the coach of Ohio State, Michigan will never beat this team. Jim Harbaugh will never. He will never beat this team. And I'm like, okay, how could you possibly say that? How could you possibly say that? But oh god,
has been 7 in a row, right?
Yeah, it has. They haven't won in Ohio Stadium since 2000.
2000. Well, who's to say, Mike?
18 years ago.
God.
What about those headaches? So I mean, those headaches might.
I know. Yeah, he's got some sort of something on his brain, some cyst or something, causing him migraines.
And so if he yells, apparently,
if he gets stressed or yells.
Wait, who?
Urban Meyer.
Seriously?
Yes, that's what they were, and they were saying, or at least they were saying anyway, that
at the end of the year,
if he starts yelling, the more like anger, like if he starts getting worked up and yelling, it affects his headaches more. So he's trying.
He quit Florida, right? Maybe 10 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Stepped away for a couple of years, did the broadcast thing, and then went to Ohio State.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Hey, speaking of tackle ball season is heating up. So stop by the Hamlin Pub to watch your favorite team on one of their numerous TVs and enjoy sports specials like $7 medium hand-tossed pizzas, boneless wings, or the Nacho Supreme. Of course, these specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pub locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and 2 in Shelby Township.
Jay, am I to believe that a grievance has found you?
Grievance has found me,
Is
Mike.
this true? During the Yuletide, that's terrible.
Well, it's been going on. It's been going on for about a month now.
How do you sit on a grievance like that? I got to get it off my chest.
I know it sort of didn't manifest itself as full-on grievance until probably last week when it occurred a couple times in a row.
This isn't about your car being dicks being drawn.
No, dicks continue to be drawn though. But that's
get your goat.
Yeah. I think now it's a thing, right? Where,
yeah. Oh, it would be. I want to draw them on your car.
Because it was like the day after I did that grievance about people drawing dicks on Manny's car.
Yeah.
Somebody drew like 80,000 dicks all over Manny's car. It was over the top.
Yeah.
Somebody listened to the show and went out there and just drew a bunch of dicks.
Knew that your goat was on the line and was successfully being gotten.
So I required Manny to head up to Mr. C's and get a full wash.
Well, it was funny. I think you were saying that, I go to soccer practices. There's other adults there and, they see me with this stuff on the car. It was like, E and I were talking about it later the next day or something. We're like, well, they're not going to think you drew those dicks on your own car. Like, no parent would think that, like.
Well, right. But it's sort of like, I don't want to be thought in the context of, like, a bunch of dicks, And,
yeah.
Like,
Sure.
you're an adult, you're coaching kids.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you've got a bunch of dicks written on your car, and you don't care enough to wash them right out. I mean,
I hope they got.
You don't see the problem with that, gentlemen? Like,
that's not what I was saying. I
sort
think
of the pan-like existence over here, I think, by you two
I don't
fellas.
think that's what I was saying.
Well, what are you saying? You don't see why that would be troubling to an adult showing up at a kid's soccer game?
My dad would be the same way, but I would say the same thing to him. I'm like, Dad, everyone respects you pretty well. I don't think that they think that Mike Fady is writing dicks on his car.
All things being equal, though, better not to have the dicks on the car.
I think we would all agree with that.
Well,
I don't want dicks drawn on my car either.
Nobody wants dicks drawn.
You would take nothing away from the person if they pulled up with.
You're right. You're talking like you said.
Well, if it's an exorbitant amount of dicks on the car, maybe. And it's like, now you're showing off.
But you can forgive one. Right?
Oh, yeah. If there's just one errant dick on the door, it's like, wash your car, but whatever.
All right. I've got a grievance, as Mike indicated. The rules are simple for aggrieved parties. I will state my purported grievance, which time I will hope to get a ruling of bona fide.
Sure.
Of course, I could get a ruling of pussy or old man,
Mm-hmm.
but it's up to you, gentlemen. So I get 30 seconds on the clock. Here I go. One of my goddamn cats is shitting inches outside its litter box. So we have 2 litter boxes down in the basement, concrete floor, unfinished basement. So not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But clean, we'll scoop it out. It's clean as hell.
Yeah.
They've each got one to use. And one of them is pissing inside the litter box and then apparently just sticking its ass over the edge and shitting outside of it onto the floor. The only reason I allow these creatures to live in my home is because they shit in boxes.
Yeah.
I don't have to take them outside.
Did you steal your own grievance on this, or did you just bring it up one time? Because you've mentioned that there's gonna be an investigation on one of your cats who had thrown up in your shoe or something.
Oh yeah, they're throwing up in my shoe.
I didn't know if that was a grievance.
It's a totally different issue.
What is going on at this household? Dude, so what is you're mad at the cat?
I'm angry at the cat shitting outside the litter. What do you mean, what is the grievance?
Well,
I understand you might not give a shit if the cat shits outside of its litter box here. I give a shit, man.
I don't know that that's something that all of us can get our heads around and be like, oh yeah, that is a problem in society that needs addressing. I mean, we can all relate to a dick being drawn on a car. But
no, apparently that's not a big deal either.
Yeah, but a cat shitting outside the box, boy, oh boy. That's
bona fide.
You can't bona fide your own grievance, sir. It's not how this works.
But I don't know who the grievance is on. The cat?
Somebody has to pick up the cat shit now because it is shitting inches outside of its box. It has 2 clean boxes.
No, we understand that, but we're trying to figure out like who.
You can grieve the universe. It doesn't. You don't have to have somebody you can put in jail for this.
I know.
Yes, the cat. The cat. The cat is shitting outside its box.
I mean, my cat does do that sometimes, unfortunately, too. By the way, but
yeah. I mean.
No problem, huh?
I could say I feel sorry for you. I empathize. Can I give you a ruling of empathy?
Oh my God, man! The thing's inches. All it has to do is just keep its ass inside.
I think that's the deal of having an animal live in your house is that stuff will happen.
Yeah.
It's consistent now, though. I
It's
told
happening
you
every
this,
time?
This
They
grew
might be
on
having
me.
an issue. They might be sick.
It happened once or twice, like a month ago. I was like, okay, just missed.
Yeah.
Or it stuck to its ass as it was getting out. No,
Right.
this is like intentional, and this is again.
Is he sending a message?
The only
Is a
reason
message
I
being
allow
sent
these
here?
things to live in my house is because they have agreed
Yeah.
for millennia to shit in the box,
Right.
like without even direction. It's amazing. You can get a kitten
Yeah.
and it knows to shit in the box.
Yeah.
If I had to take a thing outside, or if I had to pick up poop, if I had to go behind it like a fucking guy in Mackinac picking up
Dog
horse
shit.
poop,
Yeah.
dog shit, whatever it is, I'm not getting them.
Yeah.
But that was
I
the
hear you.
deal. They shit in a box.
Boy, oh boy.
By the way, I
was
saw-
under the impression they enjoyed shitting in the box too.
Yeah, and then they cover it up.
Yeah, they bury it and
something
all that. Like,
instinctual, just
what is going on?
bona
Is it-
fide.
Have you
Who
gone
wants
to the
shit
vet?
on their floor?
No one does. But have you gone
You're
to the
making me
vet?
believe you don't mind having shit on your floor.
No. That's
I
not
might
it
just
at all.
Go over here and dump on your floor in a second.
Don't do that. But have you taken it to the vet?
No. They don't go to
I'm
vets.
kind of with E on this. Like maybe there's an issue here.
Oh,
Maybe
it's a very healthy dump. There's nothing unhealthy about the dump.
Yeah. I bet a listener is going to go, dude, what's going on here is, because my cat stopped pissing in the litter box. Remember that? And I was like, what is going on? And it turns out the vet told me that she's got a urinary tract infection and thinks that when she gets in there and take a whiz,
That's what's causing the
burns.
pain.
And she thinks that the litter box is attacking her vagine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So
Something might be attacking its bunghole.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll give you a bona fide minus just for simple empathy reasons that you're going through this.
And we've cleaned the fuck out of the floor, if that's
Yeah.
your question too. Like, oh, maybe it's smelling and thinks, oh, this is where I go now.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, we've like bleached it. We've done all sorts of shit trying to get that stink out of the floor.
Huh. And that's not been going on forever.
No.
This is new. Wow.
And they're relatively young.
I know they are. I bet something's going on, dude. You might want to go to the vet.
Well, then I grieve that, having to take a
Well, there you
goddamn
go.
2-year-old cat to the vet.
There you go.
It's
now
like brand
that I can get
new.
behind. Yeah, it's brand
It's
new.
under warranty.
Still has that new cat smell. Yeah, I feel bad for you. Sorry. Now
Jesus,
I
give
feel
me
bad.
a verdict.
Have a.
Why are you so perplexed? Is it old man pussy or bona fide?
I guess I'm just gonna say
BFAF?
pussy because I mean
All right, you can come over and take the poop
that's
off
not
my
what-
floor and
what
shovel it in the
is.
box.
I think that unfortunately, even though it sucks having pets, there are things that happen by having a pet that that none of us like.
agreed. Humans and cats agreed long time ago. We'll take you in the house, we'll feed you, we'll pet you, but you have to shit in the box.
But they kind of make their own rules up, though. I'm kind of with E. I'll stick because I gave you an initial bona fide minus, but I was very close to saying pussy too.
All right.
Very close.
Hey, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that shit. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage. Auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900. Get a free, no obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900.
E, were you aggrieved?
I don't.
Sounded
The
like you
problem
had
is
a small.
Well, the problem is I
bent out of
think that
shape.
it's either been already talked about to an extent or even grieved. So I don't know
he's
that it
stealing
is.
it. He's going to steal something.
Stolen grievance. What is
No,
it?
I'm not going to do a grievance
What
then.
are
Grand
you
theft
irked?
grievance.
Are you just
I didn't
irked,
say a grievance found me. When you talk about Halloween or Thanksgiving, I guess I was mentioning that when he said that, it made me realize that me and my sister had like a half an hour talk on Thanksgiving about fucking service fees that we have to pay when we buy tickets and shit. And I understand it's
He
a
is
business.
definitely either A, grieved this or bitched about it at least 10 times.
Maybe
At
so,
length,
but
yeah.
Make it 11.
they're not even letting you, like LCA isn't even letting you, they don't have tickets anymore, right? You gotta buy them electronically. There's no even printing them out anymore. And then my sister was like, just sent me this text where she's like, dude, there's a downloading fee. Like a digital
me?
downloading fee. She said you wouldn't even notice it if you just kind of went through the tickets, like, oh, there's $20 in fees. And it says service fee, so there's already a service fee, and then a digital downloading fee. And I'm just like, but we're saving them at this point by not printing tickets out. They don't have to mail things out anymore. They don't have to print them out. They don't have to worry about fraud because
That
it's just
is
on your.
pretty shitty.
Now, E,
honestly.
you've long been a proponent of going to the actual box
And
office.
I do when I can.
If you go to LCA and buy something like that, can you avoid all such
I don't think you
fees?
can at LCA at all anymore because they don't even give tickets out. So I don't know how LCA works right now.
Well, I understand they don't give you tickets, but don't they have some sort of box office where you
yeah.
can go and
I'm
say,
not sure if they do or not anymore. I know
Really?
others. I can't say yes or no.
That doesn't make sense. Well,
I can't say yes or no because what would they give you? You go there and then they would just like you'd walk in and then they would just email you a ticket, I guess.
It's true.
Yeah.
Why would you go there?
Well,
good
if
point.
you could avoid the fees, because they are ridiculous. What are they? $17 now?
Dude, it's like I bought concert tickets in October where I did drive to Detroit to do it. And here's something my sister pointed out too. She went to the Conan, did a comedy thing here like a week or so ago, and like the fees are supposed to just be like, oh, here's a service fee that for whatever it is, whatever they decide that service fee is. And it's always been though at least standard, just like the standard fee was say $10. And she was saying that now they're doing percentages even. So like on the higher price ticket, it's a higher price service fee for the ticket.
bullshit.
Do they even try to justify it? I mean, is there like, can you look up somewhere and be like, oh, this is why it's gone from $1, what it used to be, to this?
Just a tax. It's just they're trying to advertise it as lower price than what it really is, you know?
Yeah.
They're saying, oh, we've got tickets for $49.99, and really they're $65, lowest price, right?
Right.
Just as an example, because of the fees.
I guess, but that wouldn't hold true if he's able to go to the box office and buy them without those fees.
Instant
You know what I mean?
downloading fee though. It's like, dude, that's the whole.
How much is it? How much is the downloading?
Dude,
fee?
I wish I had the screenshot. I didn't screenshot it because she sent me it in a messenger system.
You guys saw when I was posting my ticket stubs. I'm not kidding, dude. The fees on those were like $1, $1.50, and you could see it just climbing for some apparent reason. For whatever, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man.
I'd love to know what they're saying those fees are.
I don't know what other people are gonna do. And I'm not going to say I'm not going to go to events anymore. And I love going to events. Love it.
Yeah.
But it's going to start definitely being a thing that I'm going to be considering where I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying. I'm not going to buy a $20 ticket and then have $20 in fees on a ticket.
Yeah.
Like,
were you about to say that
can you just get your head around though that it's $40 to go to this thing? You know?
I know, but
you just bake it in, right?
But my point is I won't bake that in.
I understand if it's a surprise and you go to do it and then you're thinking you're charging $45 and all of a sudden, oh fuck, man, this is $65.
I think the point is I'll stop. I might stop going to events because I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay.
So do
the price that it is.
Change.
Stop thinking about it as a fee and just think of it as the cost of going to the event.
That's maybe the events are too high for me.
That's fair.
Do they change the price depending on how expensive the concert is?
Oh, of course. I mean, everyone does different stuff.
Bullshit.
What do you mean? Oh, the fees? I don't know about that. No, I don't know about the fees.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a $300 concert, you're going to see McCartney, and they're like, oh no, I'm sorry. The fee here is $70.
Although, you know what? Based on what she went into with Conan, there was a percentage, and so she said the tickets that were down on the floor, she looked at the fees, and it was like, say it was $10 for that ticket, and it was $7 for her ticket in the upper level for the fees, for the service charge. Like,
that's outrageous. Well,
I mean, I know it is what it is, but it is what it is. And Jay's right. That's just going to be what the price of things are. And so I'm
so frustrated about paying for like parking. Fuck that. Yeah. Under no circumstances does he ever want to have to pay for parking. Ever.
Have you downtown in the last 10 years?
Have you
prided yourself on always?
The only time I will pay is and it's a rare time, but if there was this one chick that I would go to concerts with once in a while, and she just would not walk. Like, and it's like, and I fucking hated it, to be honest with you, because we weren't even dating, so it wasn't like I was like, well, whatever, I'm gonna get laid after this.
Yeah.
But still, like she was just who complained so much about it that we would have to like go and pay to park.
Well, she had money, right?
Right.
Dating.
I used to make her do half of it, but I still didn't want to even do the half, because if it was me, I would have parked somewhere and walked. I have paid, but not very rare. Very rare.
Jesus, let me ask you this. One last thought on the weekend. Did you mow your lawn? I did.
No,
I mowed my lawn today.
Actually, we did.
Today was a good day to do it.
I mowed my lawn today, you sons of bitches.
We actually did on Friday.
Looks beautiful.
Me and my dad did.
Emerald green.
Oh, does it? Wait, did you say
turf depth?
Did he just say him and his dad mowed the lawn?
Yeah.
Why does it take two people to mow the lawn?
He has an enormous estate, man. Like a Fady man.
2 acres, man.
Yeah. One side of the drawbridge, other side of the drawbridge.
I forgot about the mow. Yeah.
Really what it is my dad finally bought this new lawnmower this year, a ride-on one. So he wants to. I love doing the lawn. I regularly.
It's because it's a riding lawnmower.
What?
That's why you like doing the lawn.
No,
right?
no. I've always done the walk behind one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it has an engine. You're not pushing in the sense,
right.
But no, well, when you say when you say why does it take 2 on a weekend like this, when you start to get the leaves and shit, we have a shit ton of leaves at our house because we have this tree line. So you go back and forth and chop the fuckers up or whatever. And
Well done, Isis. I didn't
yours-
think you'd get it done.
Yours,
Oh.
did you bring pictures in?
I'll take one tomorrow.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
well, it's gonna
Excellent.
snow tonight.
Oh, you're right. Glad
do
I
it.
mowed today.
Turn the light on in your camera.
It was
and snap
fucking
when you get
amazing,
home.
actually. On Friday, dude, it was like 40 degrees out. It was perfect.
Well, it was like 50 today, I think.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
maybe.
So, yeah, it was a perfect day to do it. Well, it sounds like we all, outside of the sports world, all had decent Thanksgivings with our families and whatnot. Dwight Howard did not have quite as good a Thanksgiving.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Washington
Former.
Wizards.
Oh, former Magic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
Lakers.
picture.
Did you see the story on him?
No.
A cisgender man who many believed was transgender has come forward to accuse Dwight Howard of sexual harassment and threatening his life. Apparently, they've been in a relationship for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, which is kind of fucked up. Like that sucks if that's true and this dude's being harassed, because they're not together anymore. But I thought we weren't allowed to out people. You know what I mean? I thought that was hands off from that. I don't know.
I can't keep up with all the rules, Mike.
Yeah, that's
frankly.
true. Well, Twitter user Massine Lige, is that how you pronounce the name? Let's
Well, look at this dandy little gentleman. His jogging suit exactly matches his Jeep.
So he everyone's like, yeah, this trans woman or whatever, and then it's like, no, I'm just a man, I'm just a cisgendered gay man or whatever, and went into detail about the relationship and the events leading up to these allegations. I met Dwight a while back at Wild and Out, to be exact. That was a TV show on MTV, right?
Wild and Out.
I
Sounds
mean, I
like it.
remember that. If that's what you're talking. There was a TV show called Wild and Out on MTV. So.
Yeah. We made eye contact, and a week later he was in my DMs.
Direct message.
Oh, I was thinking that was like,
Oh, like
in
something
his-
sexual.
yeah. No, I knew.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm used to dealing with celebrities, so automatically. I told
Oh
him,
well.
hit me from his Finsta, which is, I guess, a fake page. Your fake page, so that so the conversation wouldn't be stolen and posted online. You know what I mean? It wouldn't get leaked because he is a legend. Says the conversation started escalating to nudes being sent, and it escalating to me blowing his mind and him calling me every night on Instagram video chat. Time went by and shit started getting serious. He was fine, 6'11", goofy, charming, no wife, and never been married. So of course I was interested. I kept it real with him, and he kept it real with me about everything except one thing. And this is some of the proof. I guess so he wrote to Dwight and says, "Does your mother, brother, friends know that you like to deal with trans and men, or is that just something you've kept to yourself? Why are you asking me for? I'd like to know. I don't want to answer. Why? I don't want to. I can't know. For real? There's nothing to know." And so this guy's like, no chick would ask, that of someone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like nobody would ask that. Fast forward, I'm finally face to face with Dwight. And after that day, from my understanding, we had an understanding. So I'll just upload the screenshot in case his team decides to lie. Ain't no girl gonna ask you this. And that was the boy. Problems arose when she learned Howard was sleeping with other people. And initially, he assumed Howard was having sex with prostitutes, but later realized he was attending transgender sex parties.
Wow.
Wow, he's all in, huh? I thought my good sis was a prostitute, but as my friend took a deeper look into her page, she actually hosts transgender sex parties that Dwight Howard often attends. So yes, I lost every bit of my mind. So this is how that damn conversation went. Typical guy lying. I don't mind cheating, but you're allegedly at transgender sex parties, sticking your penis in everyone raw. Okay, Magic Johnson 2.0 with amnesia. Oh, boy. The relationship was over, according to him, and after he confronted him, it's hard to keep up with, you know what I mean?
Him and her.
Him and him. It's
very-
him. And once he contacted him, it's like, ooh. Once this dude contacted Dwight, he then that they started the threats because it was like a non-disclosure agreement or an NDA.
Yeah.
Heard of those? Wanted this dude to sign one. He was like, no, I ain't taking your hush money and signing shit. And then it's like, now people are calling and harassing this guy. Calvin works. So this guy, Calvin, who was one of Howard's employees, started hurling alleged threats and homophobic statements. And he's afraid for his life now because of the threats he's received from Howard's camp. He's contacted authorities, but this morning I woke up to a text stating, "You a dead man walking and you're playing with fire." I have no idea who sent it, but Found out from a reliable source that Calvin is a dangerous person and a hypocrite. And then it was like, I want you to know I've contacted police, and if anything happens to me, keep the fight going and blah, blah, blah.
Boy, sex is important to people, isn't it?
Yeah. So were there other pictures there?
I mean, here, there's kind of several, I suppose. I mean, this is her, or him, sorry.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Just seriously, the lengths you go to, hide the relationship and do all the you're a public figure. Like, dude, it's going to get out there.
It sure is, especially if you're going to transgender sex parties. Like, dude, do you, whatever. But, having to keep this shit so far under wraps, like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no
Wouldn't
way.
seem like it.
And, this is kind of the problem for the black community talks about a lot is, like, you can't come out. Like, they just get so much shit from other people. And so they're hoping this is a teachable moment. And maybe Dwight comes out like, I don't know, man. He hasn't said anything as of yet. So, anyway.
It's not like Dwight's like this highly respected basketball player anymore.
But
you know what I mean?
I thought he was. Was he just like a one-time all-star?
Yeah, back in the day when he was with Orlando, he had some good years, but I think it's been a long time since he's been considered super relevant.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't a Ray Caruth situation because I was thinking like,
no, he was way better than Ray Caruth.
Yeah.
He was the real deal.
I mean, he's been in the league a while too, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, long time. Yeah. Oh boy, raw dogging to the trans sex parties.
I think he played with Grant Hill, like when Grant Hill went to Orlando. That's that's a long time ago.
Yeah, hell yeah. He was a Laker for a while too. And so if he's still playing, I guess the Wizards center. Indian authorities have admitted that they are struggling to recover the body of the kid we were talking about last week. He's like 28 or something, but John Chow, the one that was killed, I guess the Islanders buried him on the beach. And they're like,
I'm shocked they would even do that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they buried the pigs and the other gifts that people have brought them. So they are, fond of burying things. We do know that. So it was the North Sentinel Islanders who shot him with arrows and then buried his body. Officials have admitted that even they don't travel to North Sentinel. Dependra Pathak, one of the police guys there in India, says, it's a difficult proposition. We have to see what's possible, taking utmost care of the sensitivity of the group and the legal requirements. Police are now consulting anthropologists, tribal welfare experts, and scholars to figure out a way to recover the body. Don't you just go, dude?
You know what? It is what it is.
You made your bed.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think there should be this great effort to get the body.
We know
back,
he's
honestly.
dead. We know the situation. It's not like there's what happened?
And it's not like, well, we don't know. There might have been a skirmish, misunderstanding on the beach. It's like, no, dude, people have tried to go to this island, and they have all been met with a flurry of arrows.
Well, as you said,
every single time.
Mike, they were going to bring charges, and they say last week or something they were talking about bringing charges.
Yeah, well, they have brought charges against the fish. I guess there were like 5 fishermen. He paid like $325 to, and so he paid them last week to take him.
I read that he made it off alive. He went there the second time, and that's when they killed him.
Yeah. He made I guess a 10-year-old whipped an arrow at him. That's the one that hit the Bible. He was holding the Bible up to his chest. And a 10-year-old, he said he was about 10 in his journal. Yeah. Threw a spear and it hit the Bible. And then he was like, ugh, and swam out to his kayak or whatever. It sounds like he was talking to them at least for a couple minutes. And then something turned and they turned on him. Yeah. So yeah, he brought them a football, some fish.
Football.
Yeah. Teach them football. So yeah, one anthropology professor who has studied the island said that this Chow invited aggression and it was a foolish adventure. The visit not only risked his life, but also the lives of the islanders who have little resistance to many diseases. They are not immune to anything. Yeah. On his first day, he interacted with some tribesmen until they became angry and shot arrows at him. Like, God, I'd love to know what the misunderstanding was. You know what I mean? You think was it possible Chow came in a little hot? I mean, that'd be such a stupid move for him.
To go back. What a nutbag.
Yeah. So he returns. The fishermen are pretty safe distance. They're watching from their boat, and they see him tie a rope around him and drag him off into the sand and bury him. So he hired them for $325. They've all been arrested, and his family wants them not to be arrested. Like, I think they've arrested 8 people, like one of his friends that knew he was going to do this,
right?
These fishermen. But his family said, we recently learned that John was reportedly killed in India while reaching out to members of the Sentinelese tribe. Words cannot express the sadness we've experienced about this report. He was a beloved son, brother, uncle, and best friend to us. To others, he was a Christian missionary, a wilderness EMT, an international soccer coach.
Wilderness EMT. And international soccer coach.
Sure.
This guy was an adventurer.
Why wouldn't soccer coach suffice? He was a soccer. I mean, is that more clout to be an international one?
What an eclectic resume.
I mean, if he's like, I was in Peru for a summer, I was a soccer coach. Wouldn't that technically be an international soccer coach? Whatever. I'm not going to tell his family how to read this, but
sounds like you are.
Well, he was also a mountaineer. He loved God, life.
Mountaineer. I love it. He's got a great resume. I love this.
He sure does. He loved helping those in need, had nothing but love for the Sentinelese people. We forgive those reportedly responsible for his death. We also ask for the release of those friends he had in the islands. He ventured out on his own free will, and his local contacts need not be persecuted for his own actions. As a family, we ask for understanding, respect at this time. So, yeah. For some reason, he's had this on his head since high school.
Wow.
He's wanted to go there. Like, I don't know. It's obviously a death mission, you know? I mean, like, I don't know. I hope they just fucking leave the body, though. Oh, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude, just.
Well, if they really give a shit about these tribesmen, you're endangering them. You're endangering whoever goes on there to try to recover the things. Yeah,
hey, that's the deal you made, dude. No offense, but God, look at Roseanne Barr.
Ugh. What?
Yeah.
What?
She's lost some weight. Isn't that
Yeah, but it is an optical illusion because she's wearing one of these T-shirts that it's like has a body printed on it.
Right.
And it's a thinner body than her actual body.
Yeah. But still, have you ever seen her that thin though?
No, I guess not.
She looks better fat.
She has blonde hair. Sheesh.
What is around her waist? Is that a belt?
Look at the age of that neck.
Well, I mean, the belt is the shirt, though. You realize that, right?
Oh, it is? That's part of the shirt, too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I did not realize that.
Yeah, people's neck really exposes them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can do all you want with the makeup on your face and all that shit and tighten up your face with plastic surgery, but boy, that old chicken gizzard neck.
Yeah. What is the problem with the neck? Why can't we if we could smooth out the face with plastic surgery, why can't we do something with the neck?
I saw this thing. I don't know if it was like I don't know if it's technically like an infomercial or if it was like a stupid thing that you just see on the internet. But there's a new thing out there where people are
the neck.
It's a product, and what the product essentially just is tape that girls place on the back of their neck.
Holy shit! It just pulls all that shit off.
Got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Ladies,
just trying to find it.
This is bullshit. This is getting out of control. You cannot take tape and wrap it around your neck and be like, new product.
Dude,
no, it's tape.
Listen, along that same line, I saw something. There's a famous, I guess, Asian Instagram model who recently took off her wax nose. And she was just very like blunt about, now I'm going to remove my nose that you usually see me in these pictures. She's, I don't know, some famous chick who everybody follows because she's so fucking beautiful, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And so she shows one day she's taking off her facial prosthetics, including her nose, man.
What? So what's under the fake nose?
It was just like the sides and stuff. She built it up.
So it's not like she's got a hole in her face.
Correct.
Okay. Is this
she
her?
reshaped it with wax.
No, this is what I saw. This is the thing
neck.
This is the thing I was talking about.
Neck tape.
What is it called? Nexie?
Hi, I'm Linda Gomez, the creator of Full Lips. Full Lips is designed to give you fuller lips in seconds.
No, you're just sucking on a cup.
Years off your appearance.
You're sucking on a cup.
The length you will need and pre-cut a strip of Nexie tape.
Oh, here's the Nexie tape, yeah.
4 to 6 inches is recommended depending on your neck size.
See the chicken gizzard?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Secure your hair
what it looks like now, and then just wait, Jay.
Your neck. Gather all loose strands.
It's gonna get. She could have done this before she started, right?
Keep the tape
Put your hair up in the bun. We don't need to watch that.
Yeah, I saw an actual just TV commercial for it.
This is where you want to start the tape. Carefully place one end of the tape to the side of your neck.
It's gonna be done with duct tape, right?
Yeah, right.
Pull very slightly while gathering the excess.
Oh my God!
Tape towards the center of the neck.
It's creating a butt in the back of your head.
By pressing the remainder.
That is absurd.
To hold
and then you put your hair down and nobody sees it.
No one sees it.
Fuck,
and hold in place until the entire strip and ends.
Her neck does look a lot better.
Securely.
Just grow old.
Once
you know.
I know.
Let down your hair.
Isn't it sad?
Yeah.
It's just you're just like yeah.
It's just
it's
pressure these women put on themselves.
Thank God we don't have to do this. Could you imagine like guys with Nexie? I mean, we're getting closer. You know, we are. But holy shit, and I'm tired of this, dude. You cannot. That's not a new product. That is duct tape.
Yeah.
You know, the Untuck It is not a fucking brilliant product. You just cut 1/8 of an inch off a shirt.
Grinds me.
Yeah. My problem with it, dude, you put more pockets in a jacket. Stop it. Stop selling these off to us as much needed new products.
Referring to the Scotty vest.
The Scotty vest, yeah.
Nobody wants to carry their iPad in a fucking hidden pocket in their jacket.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, well, you're right about Roseanne. That neck. It's a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Anyway, this is kind of bizarre. She had to tweet out that she's fine after some guy called into a live online broadcast with her phone number. And so it pops up with her phone number. This guy doing the show knows Roseanne. And he's like, yeah, I'm her assistant, new assistant, Frank or whatever. And she just suffered a heart attack.
What the hell, man?
So the guy's show is called Lee Stranahan is the guy that hosts this show at Periscope. People are still using Periscope? I didn't even know that was still a thing. So this guy, he says that she suffered a heart attack. He's trying to figure out exactly what to do about this now. He then tells Stranahan, you left her a voicemail where you were talking about some underwear and stuff. And the host's like, oh, well, click, and hangs up. And apparently that message was a conversation he was having with Roseanne and left her a message about her underwear or something. He didn't elaborate. But it's like, how did this guy get into her phone? How did the phone pop up here? They're trying to figure that out. And so she comes out and says, I'm fine. I'm the victim of a prank. I have had no medical issues. I'm spending time at home with the family and relaxing.
And to prove how great she is, she tweets out that picture, or
yeah.
See,
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
My neck might not be fine. Is that necklace part of the shirt too, E?
Yeah, looks like it.
I've been fooled by this whole image, dude. I thought that was a necklace and a belt.
Where does the necklace go if you...
Did you think that E was actually wearing a tuxedo the other day?
No, I feel like I don't usually fall for such gags.
Yeah.
But I thought that belt was real.
I think if you saw it in person, you wouldn't think that. Maybe it's just the nature of the picture.
Maybe.
The image.
Is that a tattoo of an anchor there, or is that part of the shirt as well?
It's the see-through part of the shirt. That's actually a tat. Yeah.
There's just a hole there. Anyway, Hugh Hefner in the news. He's still dead, right?
Exhumed the body?
No. Apparently Hugh built a casket specially lined so that he could throw all of his fucking porn in it, like of him, and had it dumped out at sea. So he doesn't want anyone to see it.
Huh.
Yeah. He dumped a casket of his private sex tapes before he passed away. He chucked his collection into the Pacific Ocean because he feared that his most famous and secret conquest would be exposed.
That's been tough for him. Keep him all those years.
Oh yeah, I mean that you would think that would go back to Polaroids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Before that, shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So his belongings are being auctioned off, which is why this is a story. Like you can get his pipe, his one of his robes, all that kind of stuff. And so he was paranoid as shit that his secrets wouldn't be kept discreet. He was actually more, it sounds like, worried about some of the people that were also in the videos, some male stars that would absolutely be huge news, and he didn't want to ruin their lives. And so when
like Rat Packers, those types of guys back in the day.
They said it goes back to from the 50s all the way through the mid 90s. And when Tommy Lee and Pam's video got out, and when Pam and Brett Michaels' video got out, he was like, shit, they're gonna see my videos. And he's like, he's more worried about people that were married. And he didn't want it to destroy their lives, so he builds this fucking thing, and has it chucked out at sea, man.
Huh.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Bunch of tapes shot on 8mm and Cinefilm.
Wait a minute, where did they do it? Like, does it say where they?
Seems like an illegal dumping to me. We should go retrieve it.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I feel like you could find that.
Yeah, it seems somewhat retrievable.
Like,
right?
why not just burn it?
Right.
Why would the sea?
They actually mentioned that. Like, he didn't trust that people would burn it. It was like, well, did you trust they would drive out to the
push
fucking
out to
ocean?
sea and just not tell anybody where they did it?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. He didn't want anyone's lives, marriages, or careers to be destroyed by what he had in his library, and so he got this trusted head of security, the guy named Joe Piastro, who died in 2011. So this is obviously done back a few years when he actually did this. So yeah, it's
come on, Joe. have kept
But he
something, man.
trusted
Put it in a safe somewhere, Joe.
So he didn't trust him to burn it, but he trusted him to push it out.
I know.
Is it
It's
also?
weird.
Is this going to be something that like in 50 years or something, or like what are we gonna like when they have those shipwrecks? And there's a commercial for like we found the lost tapes or something.
Can you imagine? I bet people will go out there like, dude, where? Probably be hard to find though in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah,
you know exactly what
pretty
Joe
big
did with
ocean.
it. Especially since he's not here, we can't ask him. He said there were also audio tapes in there. Audio tapes. Do you think he's ever listened back to those audio tapes? Him and some skank moaning. Fuck would want.
God damn it! Remember, isn't that what he said after his sex? Right? He said, "God damn it" or something.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
God damn it! Wow.
Really, that was his thing?
Yeah.
God damn it! Wow.
Yeah, some chick said every time he came, God damn it! Wow. Forgot about that.
Hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know? You don't have a plan. Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure that your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Did you find the story?
I don't know.
I was trying to get him to look it up.
What? Give me a second, I guess.
Where the chick was, God damn it! Wow.
I
Did
don't
you see
know.
one of Aretha's houses sold?
Yeah,
Detroit.
for a paltry 300K.
300 grand.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound?
Yeah, but we know what was going on, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's a house is a skank.
Well, the one in she had one in Bloomfield too that I think is still on the market for like 800 grand. That was the one that Clark and I and Mark
flew over. And you saw like the pool just
heart-shaped
sinking
pool,
in.
like the whole wall is
Yeah.
caved in on it. So I don't know what shape that is in now, but this one sounds. I mean, it sounds like a big ass house, man. 5,600 square foot Detroit mansion, adjacent to the Detroit Golf Club. Fetched 300 grand in a sale last month. She bought the home in '93. Nearly lost it in '08 because she didn't pay any taxes and owed like almost 20 grand in taxes. So I don't know how she got that. But 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 3 fireplaces, big 3-car garage.
Mm-hmm.
She lived in this place from the late '90s until she moved downtown in some Detroit condo building during the last year of her life. No such luck, Isis?
I don't know, not yet. I guess I'm sure it's here somewhere. But
Yeah.
I know that's what I remember that story.
No, totally.
So.
As soon as you said it, totally remember it. 49ers linebacker Reuben Foster.
Yeah, let go, huh?
Dude, absolutely blown out. He was a first-round pick, I think, like 31st overall, 2017 or so. Young guy, everything on the line, and good player.
Just couldn't stop hitting the bitches.
Can't stop smacking my girl. The fuck, dude.
What's his name? Reuben what?
Reuben Foster. And he's been arrested on charges of domestic violence. He was arrested at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. They're on the road in Tampa. They were playing today. And so Saturday, she was apparently with him, and he put his hands on her, got into a verbal altercation with a 28-year-old woman who told officers that he slapped her with an open hand on the right side of her face. The woman said Foster also slapped her phone out of her hand and pushed her in the titty area. So Foster and the woman have been on again, off again, one of those toxic relationships, you know?
Yeah.
But there was another woman, Alyssa Ennis, because this girl, they won't say her name, but that he was involved with, and she claims that he beat her ass too. So she recanted her allegations, though, of course, one of those. I didn't think you were allowed to do that anymore. I thought if the cops thought something was going on, that they wouldn't allow. Because there's a ton of women that are like, no, I just
and then the
called
case falls
911.
apart because you don't have the witness. Well, yeah, like people always say, oh, well, I'm not going to press charges. It's not up to you to press charges. It's a crime against society.
Right.
So the prosecutor decides whether to bring the charges. Now, he has to weigh, can I prove this beyond a reasonable doubt without a friggin' witness / victim?
Yeah.
So there's a practical problem potentially there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess if someone's got a black eye, or if she didn't have a ton of marks on her, and then says recants her story later, and so they dropped the charges. Following that arrest, I think he was suspended from the team for a couple games. And in this day and age, you just can't. Like, if this was even 10 years ago, it's like, I'll just keep that out of the. He's a good boy. He's learned his lesson. He's no longer smacking the bitch around. And they just want their fucking first round draft pick stud linebacker on the team, win at all costs. But the Niners took one of those stances, Anybody hits a woman, girlfriend, whatever, and you will be off the team, blah, blah, blah. And, don't try us. Kyle Shanahan said, feel strongly about that. John Lynch feels strongly about that. Ownership does. That's how we feel about it. So it has been made clear to Reuben that his place on this team is one that must continue to be earned. That's what they said last time. This time, as soon as the report came out, it was like gone.
Bye-bye, Reuben.
Yep. Lions could use a linebacker. Just says it,
Apparently he was picked right after Jared Davis. Or he was the fifth linebacker selected in 2017 behind Hassan Reddick and Jared Davis.
Yeah.
So he's...
Well, there were other issues with him.
Yeah, 31st overall.
Yeah. I thought there were other issues too, like right before the draft that came out.
Yeah, diluted urine, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he's one of these guys from Alabama who... fucking... badass from probably middle school on, right?
Totally.
Treated like he's the shit, and so he's just kind of a fuck face going forward.
Yeah, yep. But these guys have so much on the line. It's like, dude, really, you can't.
That's something.
Just
don't hit your
blows
bitches.
My mind.
Just don't hit your bitches.
She's screaming at you. It's like, dude, walk out of the fucking hotel room. What are you kidding me? Is it worth throwing your career? It'll be interesting to see what happens because we've seen this before. Like Ray Rice was at the tail end of his career when he knocked his girlfriend out. Remember that in the elevator?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that video. And but a lot of these guys, it's the end of their career. It's not worth taking a chance on them. But a guy that's young, stud. I mean, is there another team in the NFL? Can you do that nowadays, or is it? I guess probably can. Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Playing for Cincinnati.
Yeah, he clocked that chick, right? He's the one who just cold cocked the chick inside the restaurant, right?
Like a bar or something at college.
That was brutal.
Oh yeah. He said that she called him the N-word or something.
Yeah.
And he just fucking, dude. Was she the one that was knocked out?
Took her down to Chinatown. Yeah, she was knocked out, man.
Yeah.
And he ended up with what? The Bengals? He's on the Bengals now?
Yeah. And I was watching highlights of them over the weekend, and they were like, oh yeah, Shane Mixon might be out this week with a blah blah blah. And I was like, oh wow. No mention of anything anymore. It's just like, nah, he's just a Cincinnati Bengal. People love him.
He's rehabilitated himself.
Has he? Maybe he has. And maybe that's what Reuben Foster does. Go to some fucking anger management class.
Yeah.
And then come out with his little certificate. Yep, I've learned. But it's like, dude, you've been given chance after chance after chance.
Yeah, but he's also been given everything he wants in life since he was 9 years old. And nobody's told him no.
Yeah.
So he's got to learn the hard way, Mike.
Yeah, but every one of those guys you could say that about. They've all been given that. You just think, just leave the fucking hotel room, man.
I don't understand it.
I don't either. Hey, let's take a quick break. And then we had a video last week we never got to, Jay.
This is awesome.
Oh, some of these videos,
remarkable.
Man. It's just incredible. So we'll get to that and much more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're trying to find the exact wording of "God damn it, wow!" whenever Hugh would finish.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had E looking for it. He finally found the story.
Yeah, we didn't want to misquote him.
Absolutely not, and we got it right. God damn it, wow! Was what he would say every time, and it was when he was with the three girls, right? Holly,
right,
and the two.
Sure.
Remember the three idiot blondes or whatever. He was
the Girls Next Door, I think, was a show probably, or I think that's what that was called. Or
so, E, you have a paragraph there. What is it?
Well, I mean, I just was saying like. This whole description to me, like the goddamn it wow, I think is, where is it? Here's the goddamn it wow. But like this description of how the sex went is so.
The Viagra had to kick in and this and that.
Right. And she talks about like it always started the same way. He had to oil himself.
He would lie on his back in the middle of the bed. And as some of us were getting stoned or drinking Dom, he would come over. He would cover himself in baby oil. Many of the girls would
and he's like 80 at this point,
dude,
right?
She says, I think.
Oh yeah, because he died at 91, so would have been very late 70s or early.
She says before that, I think, even about like the idea of Viagra, like if it doesn't, it's not magic. It has to have a turn of time. So if he took it and it wasn't right at the right time, he would just kick everyone out of the room and angrily and sit in the room himself.
So he'd cover himself in baby oil. Many of the girls would get yeast infections, which they blamed on the baby oil. To this day, the smell of it makes me gag. Holly, the number one girlfriend, would start off the festivities by orally pleasuring Hef. It seemed to me as if she never wanted to let other girls do it. I assumed it was part of her plan of sexual monopoly over Hef, which is quite okay with all of us present. As soon as she got him aroused, some new girl would be ready to have sex with him. That was the thing about Hef. He was always on his back, so whoever had sex with him would go on and get up on top. I guess this is good because the girl was always able to control the length and the involvement of the encounter. Occasionally, he would get up and get on top of a girl. It's sad to say, but this usually happened when he wanted to have sex with some new girl who was shy or hesitant to have sex with him.
That wouldn't fly too well in the Me Too movement, I don't think.
He knew he would have to get up to get any action. This was rare, and though it used to crack me and my friends up, Holly's blood boiled when this happened. She was jealous that he made an effort for anyone other than her. Really?
An effort?
She ended up being the main one, right? The other two
like the number one. Yeah.
Here's where you get down. Anyway, that's funny. But then when you get down here, there's where the goddamn it wow kind of.
So brief session with Hef. There was a second and a third, and sometimes even a fourth would do the same. Finally, when it was confirmed that no one else wanted to go, it would be Holly's turn to assume the position. However, by that time, Hef was already limp, and Holly would have to orally excite him again and get him going.
Why does he even? I just don't understand it, man. Like,
I think it gave her a sense of power. Frankly, I thought it was disgusting that she would do that after all those other girls, even if it was just one who were with him. Finally, Hef and Holly would have sex. Holly was always quick and full of moans and groans. Oh, daddy, shout outs.
They're all sitting in this room after they've had sex, quote unquote, with him.
This from a girl who tells Hef that everyone else fakes it in the bedroom, and hers, and here she was, to me, the biggest faker of all. After that was the grand finale. Hef masturbated while he watched porn, and Holly spread herself all over him so that no one else had physical contact with him during the moment of his ultimate ecstasy. He always masturbated, and it was always the same. Too much baby oil and the visual support of porn, or the better alternative of a couple girls making out. It was all over with the loud, dramatic, God damn it, wow!
Who is this talking? Who wrote this?
I thought it was Holly, but it's obviously not. Go up to the top of the article.
Yeah, I forget who this is.
Isabella St. James. Excerpt from Bunny Tales, Behind Closed Doors at the Playboy Mansion. So from someone's archives. Yeah.
Think about that. Like, he had to have like when did he start saying "God damn it"? Wow, like, you know what I mean? Like, he couldn't have been doing that since he was 17.
God damn it! Wow.
Everybody's got their thing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess.
Absolutely. Hey, it's funny. I was showing Jay before the show a brief clip of South Park.
Yeah.
Dude, first off, that show is absolutely killing right now. If people are not watching South Park's new episodes, they are really funny on some of the stuff they're doing. They had one, and I'm like, where are they going with this? And it's like the whole town is just fired up to go to church. They can't wait there. They all park their cars, get out, and hey, Jim, good morning. Beautiful day for church. And the only reason they want to go to church is so whenever the priest is talking, they can hurl jokes at him about priest fucking boys. And so that's why they like church. Dude, some of the funniest shit ever. But their episode last Wednesday, when Grandpa is talking to is it Stan, oh my God, dude, I had no idea South Park could go that far.
Yeah, I don't watch that show, and I was shocked at the dialogue from Grandpa, just talking about coming on Grandma's titties and stuff, saying that. Yeah, come on Grandma's tits.
He says he's talking to the kid, and I didn't want kids. It's talking about the environment, and the kid's saying, hey, didn't you know by buying all this shit in these cars, you were fucking up the environment for all of us? Didn't you care? He's like, well, I never meant to have kids. That's why I always came on Graham's titties.
Jesus.
And then he says, then one time during the middle of sex with your grandmother, she stuck her finger in my ass. This is all going over, not being bleeped at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes she licked my asshole, but this time she jammed a finger in it. I came immediately inside her. I pulled out, and she said, did you just come inside me?
Jesus.
You see, Billy, your dad wasn't supposed to be here. He was supposed to just be a dried up crust on Nana's titties. I was like, holy fuck.
It's over the top, man.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. But if you haven't been watching it, you should definitely get into this season, man. They do on demand, right? Are they up to date with the on demand episodes?
I don't know.
No, that's usually how you watch The Simpsons, right?
I know. I just don't really watch South Park.
It's so weird. He watches The Simpsons is terrible these days.
How dare you?
Well, I'm just saying, whatever. It's just after 33 years or whatever the hell long I've been going.
It just is what it is. I just never necessarily got South Park into any routine.
I know, but I know your sense of humor, and it seems like Family Guy and South Park would be way more.
The thing is, though, sometimes I like it. Sometimes when you show me things, I like it, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think the over the top, just every week we're just gonna pick one thing and bury it. Like sometimes there's what I used to find is half the show I would kind of like, and then after a while I'd be like, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So that just me.
Which one are you talking about? Family Guy?
Both.
Or South Park.
Actually.
Really? I think The Simpsons are guilty of doing that too. Whatever. Anyway, we were talking about a video that we had last week that we didn't get to of this guy, and we don't know who they are, and I don't know what the outcome is or how the driver's doing. But this guy, they say they're a couple. Obviously, I think they're holding hands walking down the street, and I don't even know. They haven't said where this was, but this video is pretty fucking remarkable. Of this car comes out of nowhere and almost hits them, and when you mentioned it to me, I was like, "What's the big deal?" So a car almost hit someone until you see this video.
The speed at which the car comes into frame, it is shocking.
Yeah, it is. Do you have it there?
I have one.
So a couple bicyclists go by. This looks to be a closed circuit TV outside of a business of some sort, pointed at kind of an alley, maybe.
Was that guy laughing right there? Did you hear someone chuckle?
He might be. I think some guys. This is video of the camera, so I think some guy's watching.
Oh, and he's videoing the camera.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So cyclist goes by. Here's a couple holding hands.
Dude, that car is cooking.
Oh my God.
And I've seen freeze frames of this. It's actually, see how it's on its side? It's on its side, man.
What do you mean?
It's coming at. Watch.
The car is on its. How did they not see this till the last second?
I know.
That's
because he gets out of the way within inches of this thing.
I mean,
see, it's
he's coming in hot for sure.
He is coming in hot, and he's coming in sort of on his side.
But
this is my question, man. This whole thing is man saves girlfriend. That's what it's entitled. Yeah. She wouldn't have got hit. Look at that. She's safe as can be. It's only he who would have got hit. He saved himself. He's getting too much credit in the title.
He is doing.
Watch this. She wouldn't have got hit.
He is doing what the gentleman is supposed to do, Jay, which is walk on the be on the right side of the driver.
He could have walked on the other side. Both of them would have been fine.
Yeah.
Watch. She could stay exactly where she is, and she wouldn't have got hit.
You're absolutely right. He pulled her on top of him as if to save himself.
Why are they walking in the road, by the way, when there's
I think
a
it's
sidewalk?
like an alley type thing.
Okay.
I mean, this could be some weird place in Europe. Who knows? They do shit weird over there, you know?
It doesn't look like a road that's meant to be driven on, does it?
Not at that speed.
Well, hell no, not at that speed. But it looks like for bicyclists or people walking.
Kind of a side street, alleyway.
Yeah, like one
but
way
look,
only.
she wouldn't have got hit.
Here's the troubling part too coming up.
Oh, well, was that her titty that flopped out there for a second?
Oh,
You
really?
back it up just a little bit. I don't want to. I think we got some side boob here.
Yeah, how do we want to describe this young lady?
Fat.
Okay.
Shit, did I?
We're not supposed to say that anymore.
Portly.
Portly. It's a weird shape. She
has like yoga pants on and a tight top.
No, that you didn't see any titty.
There's no titty there. Okay. That's just a fat
there is.
arm. But watch the butt crack.
I mean, that right there alone.
Look at the butt crack.
Oh,
but look at him.
What is this woman doing on the ground, dude? Look at him.
He just dodged. I mean, he was about to fucking get sliced in half.
But look at her. She pops right up, and he's like, "Oh God!" Ah! Ah! She's helping him. He's not helping her.
But again, she wasn't really in harm's way. She survives whether he pulls her or not.
How much time is he allowed to lay on the ground like that? Almost in the fetal position.
Can you imagine your heart would just, whoa! Okay. So they still see nothing. They see nothing. And
hold on.
It's a second away from them right now, and they see nothing. They're not reacting.
Back it up a hair. Is he carrying her purse?
He's carrying a bag of some sort.
I think
is that a bag?
Again, it might be Europe, you know?
Yeah.
They do weird shit over there.
I think it's just a bag, but still.
Look at how close it comes to them before he even realizes it.
And you're right. She's not going to be hit.
No.
Is there any sort of rescue move in here? Does he think he's rescuing? Because I'll give him credit if he's trying to rescue her.
Let's see.
He definitely thinks he is. I mean, oh, wait a minute.
No, dude, no. He's trying to hide behind her.
Is he trying to push her into it? Like, is this my chance? I mean,
and you know what? That's just
a setup.
That's pure reaction.
Maybe
because he notices so last minute. There's not even time to process that I'm saving this girl.
Maybe he's on the ground because he's pissed because his buddy was supposed to hit her in an accident.
It's all a setup.
Seriously.
He's walking on the wrong side of her. God, that thing comes in hot. I'd love to see the camera pointed down the street the other way from which way the car comes, because how is it coming that fast?
Don't know.
I mean, look at this.
It had to have like busted around a corner, right, to be on its side like that.
We wouldn't
rip it
hear
around a corner.
And it is closed circuit. What's going on here is someone's holding a camera and just recording the video from closed circuit. So that's
the audio we hear.
Yeah, that's the kind of noise we hear, but it's not audio from the accident.
I think that's right.
Is she even? I mean, she doesn't really check in that direction.
Now, Mike, you made a statement last week about the ass. We quickly viewed this. We said save it for Monday.
Let's not talk about it.
He made a statement which I've not heard yet. I thought there was he was going to dig into that.
That's a great point.
Well, he was going to dig into the ass a little bit, but no.
That's a good point.
All I'd seen was an inch and a half of her butt crack, the actual crack of her butt.
This shot right here?
No. Keep going.
Which frame would you like to look at?
Right before when she starts to hike it up. So you just unpause it and pause it again. She's going to turn and.
So this is okay still.
No, this is very troubling indeed.
Right there.
Right there. Is that where you thought it was hot?
No, I didn't think it was hot. I just where I was going was it appears to be smoother, milky skin than I would have thought.
You think it would be hairy?
That this owner would have.
Really?
Yeah.
She's a woman.
Yep.
I wouldn't thought it would have been a rough, hairy ass.
See,
but that's an odd reaction, Mike. Smoother and milky.
Yeah, it looks
smoother and milky.
Doesn't it look like smooth skin there? I would have thought that it'd be more of a disaster area, even though we're only getting
dimpled.
that. Yeah.
Dimpled and pocked.
Yeah. Look at this man. He's still. How long is he allowed to stay down?
Oh my God, he's allowed to lay there for 2 years if he wants.
No.
That was insane. He is allowed to lay there all night long for sure.
All right, let me say this: if he's walking down the sidewalk alone and this happens, he's allowed to lay there as long as he wants. He can take a week. But when you're with your girl and you both go down and she hops up, I don't think you can just lay there.
She was never in harm's way. He was.
She was absolutely in harm's way.
She wasn't. Frame by frame it. She was never in harm's way.
Dude, this would have been the 7-8 pins in a bowling alley.
She could have closed her eyes and just walked exactly in the line she was walking and would have been completely fine.
That car hits him. It's like the 7 pin going into the 8 pin. No. Yes.
No, it takes him into the wall. And that's why he's so struck. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I think he's. Do you have any input on this? I mean, I feel like he's laying on the ground too long, and that is a fucking purse in his hand, gentlemen.
I mean,
It's Europe.
That doesn't mean anything.
You don't
to
get a
me.
free pass because it's Europe. This man is a
do,
person. He's acting
actually.
like a woman laying on the ground.
You actually definitely do get a free pass if you're in Europe, dude. Like,
well, play it. I want to see how long he lays on the ground.
I mean, I think he does until the end of whenever this is.
He is invited to lay there all night long.
So, dude, he's already getting up at the end of this.
No, like he's not getting up. You do not give him that.
Yes,
he might be hurt. Maybe he's fucking hurt,
he's
man.
Fine.
She fell on
dude,
top
yeah,
of
I was
him.
gonna say, dude.
Okay,
That behemoth fell on top of him.
She's not a behemoth.
She's a behemoth, a gargantuan.
I'm still trying to decide if he's really was trying to save her or not.
Does any part of this car clip him?
God, it's as close as you can get.
It is, right? I think he's just scared, and now he's just.
Again, I don't think you can discount the fact that she fell directly on top of him.
I think he was trying to save her, though. I hate to say it. I'm a cynical person. I'd rather say he wasn't.
He appears that he's going to get up here. She pops right up, and then he thinks better of it.
But
like he's going to get up, and everything's fine. She gets up, and then he's like,
Yeah.
Is it he might as well try to save her? He's going that way anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean?
No,
he's going that way with fury anyway. He might as well.
Didn't we see that recently?
Grab her and pull her.
Weren't we watching a video of like someone's wedding photos being taken and a tree came down and the guy just
bolted.
Absolutely looked out for himself. He had no interest in saving her.
Yeah, we did.
We all like to think we'd be Johnny on the spot, hero in the moment. Boy, oh boy.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Great video.
Excellent.
Speaking of cars, Steve Gabarra and the hottest sales staff in Oakland County are excited about Zott Ford's Black Friday Sign and Drive Zero Cash Due event going on now. Lease a new 18 Ford Fusion as low as $121 a month. That's $121 a month. Sign and drive zero cash due. Or lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $141 a month. Sign and drive zero cash due. How about leasing a new 18 Ford Edge as low as $177 a month? Sign and drive zero cash due. Finally, lease a new 18 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 as low as $212 a month. Sign and drive zero cash due. I was on the phone with Anthony just yesterday over at Zott Ford, and he threw me on speaker, and one of our fine listeners, Rob, was over there getting an F-150.
Nice.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you to all the listeners who support our sponsors. That's what makes this thing keep going.
Dude,
we really appreciate it.
Very cool.
That's funny. There was a couple people that bought a car there today because someone else posted that was not who you described. Posted on social media, said they got a car over there, so that was
Very
awesome
good.
for them too.
Is that the video there?
I believe that it is.
I think you're right.
It's
always fun to relive.
Oh, I like the guy in the background too, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot to dissect.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The light
to dissect.
beer he's drinking. All right, let's go.
What is she drinking there? Does it matter what she's drinking?
She's probably got some vodka drink or something.
Old Nike Shocks and.
But that's what I loved. I was like, oh, those Nike Shocks.
And my Under Armour camouflage red sweatshirt and having tickets.
There he goes. Dude. And then the guy in the background.
The guy in the background is the best. The best.
That guy gave no fucks about his bride.
By the way, look did they continue? So they just continued the whatever bullshit they were doing, like all the stupid.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I think at that point you're safe. You go back and take a picture.
Although
of the tree, right?
he is sitting on the other side this time. But
But that's
Dude,
what I
and
love.
And he's got a free arm.
And
it's not like he's holding his beer in that arm. If he's holding his beer in his right arm, then you go, well, he's holding his beer. He can't grab his bride.
And having tickets.
And he located quick too.
Yeah, he did. Dude, he just that.
Okay, like the guy in the other video, like he didn't have time. The 100th of a millisecond that he had to react to get out of the way. You don't blame him if he didn't necessarily say.
Well, here's the question we'll never know: is if this groom was on the other side of her, whether he would have helped her or whether he would have just divin out of the way.
Look, I don't know everything I can about this gentleman, but the little information I have to go on, I've seen enough. I've seen
that guy falling too. That guy falling in the background. I can't even believe it.
I think, Jay, it would be fair to say, like, if you looked up, you would like naturally just grab Gab's arm and like try to fucking yank her instead of going. Ugh!
I'd grab your arm. I feel like, like dude, you know.
Yeah. Totally. I totally agree. This guy was just like, he looked up, he located, and he stepped to the side with he didn't concern himself at all. And look at the titties on her. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she looks okay.
There. Yeah.
That guy in the background.
All right, let's watch it purely for the guy in the background. Here we go. Let it go again.
Camouflage red sweatshirt and having tickets.
Oh, locate. He locates shit. Here he goes.
What kind of... Remember the speculation?
This little boy in the lake. Little boy in the lake could drown any second.
Dude,
what does he do?
Why does he panicked?
He falls on his side.
It's funny that he identifies the sound as quickly as anyone, right? Even from 50 yards away.
Remember the speculation of that kid that had to see his dad fall down like that?
Oh yeah, if I saw my dad go and fall.
I think this is a groomsman. I think that's a groomsman back there.
You think so?
Yeah, see him? He has dress pants on and white shirt.
Yeah.
I think he's like, oh fuck. Like he's related to those two.
We never saw that.
Yeah.
I wonder what
This happened.
God, dude, I think we talked about it before. Like if I saw my dad fall like that
We're already
in such a way, in such a manner, it's like, dude, I
Lose
just
respect.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't be able to look at him anymore.
What
I
about
would just
seeing the superhero run toward the danger?
late.
Not away.
Too
He's
late.
running toward the danger.
The danger was not in his immediate zone. Like he didn't have anything to go and fall down for. Like I would call my dad Bob from that day forward. I wouldn't address him as dad anymore. Like I just wouldn't be able to do that. One more time, I got to see that guy. I mean, unless he put his foot in a hole or something.
Yeah, I think he's half on the bank and half
You don't
not,
know that.
You know?
I'm not willing to give him that.
Okay.
You know, unless it's obvious. He just
Something
fell.
made him fall.
the best, dude.
See, he tries to push off.
But it's how he fall. That rolling down or something like.
He flat panicked. Those are his dear friends or family, and he had a moment.
God, I
Dude,
wish
she
we had two
just
cameras
misses
on
it
these
too. By the
things.
way, she just misses it.
Yeah.
Like with him getting out of the way. Look how close
Yeah.
that is.
Can we watch it one more time, just focusing on her titties?
Those
Sure.
Nike.
All right.
See our titties
I was
react.
like, oh,
Yeah.
those Nike.
Because they're natural.
And
Damn,
my
Nike
Under Armour
sucks.
Camouflage red
And-
sweatshirt.
Look
Yeah,
up.
take it.
Locate. Just watch the titties. We didn't get much
Promise.
of the titties.
Yeah.
Again, I want like a 2, 3, 4 camera setup for these things.
Oh, I
I
know,
want to
right?
see that guy back there. I want to see his feet. I want to see what actually happened.
Yeah.
Let's see what actually happens with the titties.
Where was this? I wouldn't mind going to that location and walking back there just to see if there's anything in the immediate vicinity.
Putting boots on the ground and
Yeah,
just checking it out.
that could justify the action of that gentleman falling.
Reenactment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess maybe a lake with a slippery bank.
No,
No?
because you would see there's a the action of someone slipping on mud.
A distinctive
Yeah.
muddy slip.
Yeah.
I thought I
Yeah, 'cause
kind
he
of saw
falls
that.
down just on the side like
One
that.
more time. I
Oh,
don't
shit.
think so, guys. I think I would love to get E there. He could broadcast live and call us and go, guys, there's definitely a hole here. That's where he stepped in.
How would we know exactly even on this?
We'd have to map it out, dude. We could do that.
You could head over to Warren Buffett's driveway after that.
Exactly.
All right, here we go.
See if there's any slipping
okay.
action.
Dude, his knee just he buckles under the pressure.
It's the right foot goes up. He's trying to put it down, and it's just like he's in such mode that he just goes down. It's the right foot. There's no slip.
No. He's in dress shoes though. You got to remember that. You
Oh,
know?
why are you trying to spare
even
this
the most
gentleman?
remote little bit of mud could make you slip like that in dress shoes.
I can't stop watching him do it.
Are you granting this gentleman your benefit of the doubt?
I'm giving him my benefit. I'm handing him my benefit of the
See,
doubt.
I'm jumping in this, man. I'm passing judgment. That was
There's an explanation, a very reasonable explanation. So,
well, I don't know. I think if he fell differently, if he tripped differently, we would know it. If his foot slipped, we would see it, and then it's like, all right, yeah, he got himself up, dusted himself off, and then ran into the issue. But I don't know, man. I just don't see it. Hey, should we get to some emails?
we do have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
If you want to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email@detroitcast.com. Similar to Jay. Jay writes in with a hilarious joke. Are you ready?
Oh, I love hilarious jokes.
What does a Buckeye Dude fan say after he fucks a Wolverine chick? She went nuts, baby.
She dug a little deeper, got nuts.
You just want to say nuts,
Yeah.
baby. All right, Isis, do you have the pics of Mark's Proops?
I do.
Okay, you might want to share these at the appropriate time. Kaiser, I don't know who else to show this to. Somebody else had to see this wretchedness. My poor Proops Rupert had been grumpy for some time, and you couldn't pet him on his side. We had him x-rayed, and it was determined that he had a bladder stone. So there's Rupert, fine-looking gentleman, little schnauzer, 22-pounder.
Could go for a bath right about now.
Had him x-rayed, and it was determined he had a bladder stone. Look at the rock they pulled out of this poor guy. Huge for anyone, let alone a 22-pound schnauzer. Look at that.
Yeah, I told you guys I was in pain.
Dude, look at that thing. That was in his bladder.
Yeah, sure was. Why do you think like all of a sudden I don't want to be petted on that side? I'm not a dick licker like you guys.
Doesn't it look like an English beef faggot?
It sure does. God, it almost looks delicious. Oh,
damn, that would suck.
It's something you get in a gastro pub in the English Midlands.
Mm-hmm. I could go for some spaghetti and faggots right now, dude.
Definitely.
Oh, that sounds good.
Damn it. I know he's soulless, says Mark.
No, he's not.
He's a soulless furball, but he's ours. Enjoy this disgusting mess. Happy Thanksgiving from my neighbors, OURS, to the south. Mark, P.S. I want to make it to one of your Hamlin pub nights and finally meet you, dickwads. Been here since shirtless runner guy and quarter fidget. I think that's fidget arm is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Consider you guys family. I'll make it one day. The schedule has always been in conflict for me. Sorry to hear that, Mark. What see?
Poor little guy. Hope Rupert's on the mend.
God, that thing came out of a bladder of a 22-pound dog. That looks
huge.
Man.
How are those made, by the way? Where are the stones made?
Boy, I don't know.
Isn't that
that is my out of my biggest fears, the finger up the butt, obviously.
Sure.
And then just freaking the idea of a kidney stone. Holy fuck.
They say just like a little minuscule thing can cause amazing pain.
And it's like, I swear, the idea of just piss it out. It's like, no, thank you. I'll take an exit, please.
Oh boy, I gotta be honest, man. This room has some weird fears. You with what your Achilles heel?
Not a weird fear at all.
It is a weird fear.
Not weird.
Like I've never thought about it until you started bringing it up.
Now you think about it all the time.
I know I do.
And what's a weird
kidney stone? Like who?
That's a weird fear. Do people get them? And they are
hugely painful.
You said finger up your butt from the doctor. You're talking about your prostate exam, and then kidney stone.
Okay, I don't like pain at all. And
you would think like cancer or AIDS.
No, cancer doesn't seem. Those things don't bother me as much because
you'd rather have cancer than a kidney stone.
I would. That age.
I would. Because
Jesus, take
you
that
moron. You freaking moron.
Did you hear what he just said?
Yes, I heard what he just said.
I could just use fucking, the stuff that will make me feel good. I'll just get in a drug coma and I'll die. But the kidney stone will hurt like a motherfucker unless I kill myself.
Just take that in, folks. Just sit back and enjoy that one.
Bruce, the weathered soul, writes in, gentlemen and Big E, you guys are doing a great job, and I'm wishing you all a prosperous season, and to Mike a healthy 2019. Jay, you are a rock. Your input and snarky counter to Mike's bias most certainly makes my day more palatable, as I enjoy your rebuke of his socially incorrect behavior. Keep it real, though, Mike. PC sucks. Big E, you are no longer the snowflake I once accused you of being when I first discovered TDC. You have blossomed into a fine, high IQ, dirt track loving, critical support character, and never, ever let them tell you different.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Bruce, the weathered soul, coming strong.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing that is socially unacceptable behavior?
Oh, yeah.
That you have to correct me on. I mean, I don't think that's ever happened.
Right.
I can't think of a single example.
And then Bruce has a grievance. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Going into the holiday season, we often see our neighbors in an all-out attempt to outdo their neighbors in outside decoration and visual decadence. This often results in irritating light displays and seizure-inducing winter wonderlands. My house is no different, as I have 3,500 lights to hang a yard full of Christmas cheer and wasted day of climbing ladders and putting up our 20-year-old snowman frostless because his lighted, blinking, waving hands are slowly deteriorating. My wife, on the other hand, has since taken this practice inside her home, now has 3 fully decorated trees, complete with trains, snow scenes, and other equipment that has since taken 27 plastic tubes in which must be taken down and put back up after the season. When will we ever get back to the single tree, gutter line lights, and simple Merry Christmas written in the old chalky stuff we used to paint in the window? Well, Bruce, when you tell your woman no, and you get a stronger pimp hand.
Oh, absolutely. So he's being a pussy.
I think he's being a pussy and an old man.
Well,
that was a long grievance.
Yeah, I was going to say, how much of a penalty does he take? Because he did a double grievance. Really.
I think at best he can only have a bona fide minus because of the length.
Okay, I was thinking bona fide minus, but well, I decided a few years ago. I went the opposite way of you. You get into the Yuletide now. You're watching all the Christmas movies and whatnot. I am done with Christmas lights and fucking trees. It's over. I'm never again am I putting a fucking wreath on the door, a stocking, none of it. I do nothing. You guys will come over here. I used to have like Santa Claus face toilet seat covers and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I lived alone. There's no way in hell I'd have anything Christmas in my house.
Yeah, I used to have a big 9-foot tree with all the lights. It cost a fucking fortune. It's been in a bag for 2 years. It's done. Never again.
So what does Bruce do with this wife who wants 3 fully decorated trees, complete with trains, snow scenes, and other equipment?
That's her exact demand, is that I want 3.
That's what she does inside their home.
Well, I bet Bruce has some things that are on his little wish list too. Morning BJs.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of wiggle room and room to make
negotiation.
Yeah, for sure. This is an open negotiation, unless he's already put this stuff together. If he did, shame on you, Bruce.
I will say,
his leverage.
To him, like, it is funny when these people, like, out of nowhere, the last few years, my mom started talking about, like, doing a tree upstairs and then also downstairs. And it's like, even though we don't really go downstairs that often, or they don't for sure.
What do you guys do on the 4th and 5th levels?
So my point is, like, it's weird when some of these people decide that they now want to do more than they used to, but then they get mad, like, that they're not getting help. Like, I'm sure she's like, how come you don't help me do all this? And I'm like, dude, because all of a sudden you decided now you want 5 trees in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's weird as fuck to even have one. Think about that. Think about what we're doing. We're putting a Tannenbaum in our home.
I know.
Like, inside the home, we're putting a Tannenbaum.
It's ridiculous.
It's bizarre. And then to go multiple, unless you're having, like, parties, you've got it, Bruce. You better be throwing some huge parties.
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse for that if it's just you and your wife looking at trains on multiple floors of your house.
Again, my point is, if people want that, if for some reason someone in the couple or the marriage, like, wants 5 trees, then fine. But that should be completely on her to put them up and then take them down. The idea that it would be that it's on him to, like, help would be like, dude, I do 1 tree. That's fine.
He would be a great husband.
Sure, he would. Yeah. I will admit that
You want that? That's on you.
Right.
You do that.
Well,
I like going to your house. Shut up, E. And seeing the decorations up, or my mom and dad's house, and my mom does the same as E's. 2 trees, and they got to line the fucking handrail going down the stairs with shit, garland, yeah. And my mom puts little trinkets up, and it warms me to see that. I just want no part of it.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to want a part of it. If you had a family, that'd be different, but it's just you. Shouldn't. Yeah, that'd be weird, I think, if you had your whole house decorated.
Right.
That'd be fucking weird.
Well,
it would.
But like, even a wreath on the door,
Yeah.
No.
I don't blame you.
What do you think, by the way, do you have the obnoxious guy in your sub that overlights the shit out of his house?
Yeah, man. I mean, what's the rule nowadays? I thought you were only supposed to do the white lights, right? Or you are seeing more like purple lights and shit like that, different colors. But still, can't you keep it kind of like uniform, like white and purple or white and green? These people that do all these multiple crazy different strings of lights, I think look really tacky to me, where they have like big bulbs all colored around one tree. Then they have white by their door. And then they have like smaller bulbs all colored in the bushes. It just.
So you take issue more with their design.
I mean, just the mixing of bulbs, I don't think should be done.
But I'm more worried about the amount, where you've got your whole roof done and there's a Santa Claus on it. Have you seen some of those where they're blasting music?
I just don't get why you
and the
care,
lights,
Mike, again.
Shut up.
Well,
the lights change to them. I was just asking an opinion. What do you guys think about that?
It bugs you. This is
no,
like
it doesn't bug me. I don't mind driving by that house. But I know some people don't like it because it fucks up their neighborhood. The traffic going through their neighborhood gets all
we don't have anybody like that in our. I don't think.
Have you seen those rock and roll ones where they're blasting music?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that drive you nuts if you were a neighbor?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
And the lights are going in sync to the music. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of badass, but I don't mind watching it as a video.
Yeah, I think you got to have a pretty tight group of neighbors who all agree, like, yeah, this is cool if people are coming down our street like that. Because that does attract attention. Like, I think Russell went to see some group of houses last year. I remember that we're doing that. It's all lit up based on the music. Yeah.
I think my fear would be the guy that's into that is into that all the time, not just Christmas. So he's looking for any reason to overlight his house. Don't you think he could be a guy he'd do Halloween stuff?
You're seeing more Halloween lights. Yeah, that's true.
This is such an example of another hypocrisy of Mike Walters.
What?
Literally the guy who says, do you, I'll do me, you do you. I don't have to talk to you, but I'll sit in my house and do my thing.
I don't want the guy killed. I don't hate that guy.
This is the same guy who was questioning why I cared if my cat shit outside its litter box. And now he's telling me.
I didn't ask why you cared.
You guys were looking at me like, what's the big deal?
No, I was concerned. I was concerned. I said, did you take it to the vet? No.
Shit out of its litter bag. What's the big deal?
I think that's on you. This is the cat's way of begging you. Please, there's a problem here. How much more clear can I be? I keep shitting on the floor.
These are full, healthy dumps. No worms in these dumps. Nothing like that.
Yeah. Well, I hope they don't find a giant stone in him.
Hey, we have another grievance. Dave writes in, Boo, Jew, and Goo. I'll get right to the point. 2 related grievances have found me, and I can get both of them within 30 seconds, so start the clock. Look at this son of a bitch.
Wow.
All right, Dave, here we go. Huh? What the fuck is up with school fundraisers? We're only 10 weeks into the school year, and my step life burdens have brought home 6 of them. I refuse to ask family, friends, and coworkers to buy shitty, overpriced candles, chocolate bars, wrapping paper, etc. If anyone needs this crap, go to Amazon. I hear they sell pretty much everything. And my second grievance is PTOs. Why do we have them? What do they do? And why don't they ever email a fucking balance sheet showing parents how much was raised and how it was spent? Get rid of both these things. I guarantee they will not be missed. Later, fags.
What's a PTO?
Parent-teacher organization.
Oh
boy, those sound like fun.
So his complaint is, why do we have to go in there and have those?
Or why do they exist? And it sort of like dovetails with the fundraiser, because that money goes to presumably the PTO that would then spend
do whatever they do with that.
Right. This question, right? Dude, these fundraisers are infuriating.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can they not step up their game? Just like, at this point, like he said, there's Amazon. Like, you're going to sit there and just have the wrapping paper or candles. They got to do something else. They got to start doing at least like, hey, there's going to be a raffle to win a suite at a Piston game, and then plus it helps or something.
Yeah.
Like who's
not a bad bitch, but I think this has been grieved before.
Is that right?
Well, I know that
fundraisers?
I think sort of. Because we get very irritated at the holidays with the bell jingling guy at the door, and you fucking fake like you're on the phone. Yeah, I'll hit you on the way out.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of charity grievances for sure. E just did one last week, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly stole it. There's been several emailers who said he stole that from a Seinfeld episode. But we won't go there.
How is that stolen?
Well, and I think we've also grieved when it's like the Girl Scouts camp out in front of the grocery store with their outfits on, and they're just, I'm just trying to sell some cookies so we can get new uniforms this year. And you're like, oh, God, I don't want to buy your fucking cookies. And yes, magazines, really?
But this is different, man. And he notes that they're his step life burdens, too. I think that plays a role here.
He didn't need to mention
they're not even my freaking kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't create these things.
Yeah. It came out of tits, goddammit.
There was always I remember there was always 1 or 2 ladies at Riff, like in the traffic department.
And they'd put it in like the lunchroom or common area.
Yes.
They'd be like, oh yeah, my son's selling whatever, buy these trash bags. You're like,
no, he's not. You're selling them.
Right. That's that's the thing, man. Is kids I used to go door to door with Powwow popcorn.
Absolutely.
Chocolate
bars. Eat 1, sell 3, eat 1, sell 3. Cut into my profit margin, but still.
Yeah, when did it become just the parents selling it for the kids? Like my parents never did that.
Hell no. My mom, if I would have asked my dad, take this into work, and he'd be like, dude,
fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Shame on you.
Door to door, Powwow popcorn.
Yep. I remember getting that
Bonafide,
box
Dave. Bonafide.
With the stacks of chocolate bars in them and lugging those around. Yeah. They were overpriced.
Do you ever remember though? Like these weren't. I used to do ones that they weren't like even fundraisers for the school. For some reason, we just could sell things, and then like you might win like a PlayStation, or it would have been a Nintendo back then or something. But I remember thinking like,
it's first or second 8th grade.
Not 8th grade. It was like probably 3rd or 2nd, whatever. I don't know. But I remember we could win things possibly. Like, if you win it, you sell enough of this crap, you might win a stupid little handheld TV. Remember you'd sell those handheld TVs or something. But you have to sell like 20,000 candy bars or something. Maybe it was for charity, but then they also gave you these bonuses like, if you sell, your school raises some money, but also you get entered in these drawings to win.
That's like when I was a paper boy for the Observer and Eccentric.
Sure.
There was every month.
That's who you papered for?
Yeah, dude.
Why didn't you
Tuesday?
Go,
it was Monday
or
Monday, Thursday. It's twice a week. And then you collected once a month instead of every week.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if you met your quota, and I talked about this before, dude, that's where I got my hot dog, the electrode. Cooking hot dog thing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It gave me a freedom. I all of a sudden had liberty, gentlemen. I could cook my own hot dogs.
Yeah.
I didn't have to wait for my mom to get home.
Game changing.
It was I could plug this thing in, and it just had these 2 little spikes, and you went one end of the hot dog, second end of the hot dog across from it, turned it on, and it freaking electrified this goddamn dog.
How long did it take?
maybe a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you share? Was anyone else allowed to touch
Nobody else wanted to use this thing. It was disgusting.
So like weed
just
or
shooting electricity through gross Kroger dogs.
Yeah, but we weren't thinking about it. We weren't thinking about that stuff then. You know what it was doing to us. But I could see you hoarding it, not letting anyone use your prongs to eat their dogs.
My main point was it just was like when you're a kid, it's funny. There'd be those things like when you send things into the mail and you just like when you're a kid, you're not dumb enough to realize that like, dude, you're not gonna sell 10,000. Yeah,
everybody has to learn that dumb lesson though, right?
He's really hung up on the one kid in America who sells 20,000 chocolate bars for a fucking.
It's just part of being an American kid, dude.
I know.
Everybody has that dream. They see that thing in the back of the comic book or whatever it is, and you're like, I want to win that.
Yeah.
Like, sea monkeys are actually going to look like that, you know?
And they're not ever.
They don't. They're brine shrimp. Spoiler. Spoiler.
All right, should we get out of here?
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Very good, gentlemen. All right. It's good to be back after the holiday. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit. Listen to God.